We are back. NFL post week 13 before week 14 power rankings. Starting off 32, going down a spot. Houston Texans, the first and I believe only team eliminated from the playoffs. Gotta suck to be a Texans fan. Yeah. I said the whole season, I'm keeping the lines at 32 until they get a win, and until then, and I'd probably put the Texans above them. And here we are. Now, at 31, going up a spot, the Lions. They did it. They got their first win. They beat the Vikings 29-27. Great game. You almost threw it away at the end, but you didn't. That's all that matters. At 30, I have the Jaguars. They're going to go down a spot. Jaguars, what was the score? 37-7 or something like that. That was just a horrible played game against the Rams, who were 0-3, and they are kind of in a slump. You're basically eliminated from the playoffs. I'm pretty sure you're not yet, but you basically are. You're going to need a lot of stuff to go your way. At number 29, I have the New York Jets going up a spot. The Jets, they played a pretty good first half, I'd say, against the Eagles. And then after that, the Eagles kind of took off, which was enough to put you up a spot, but ultimately, I don't see you really going anywhere. At 28, going down a spot, I have the Bears. The Bears, they lost 33-22 to the Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals obviously being best record-wise in the league. This is going to affect your playoffs more than likely. But yeah, you're still obviously in it because the Lions are still in it and they only have one win, so it ain't out of the question. At 27, I have the Giants going up a spot. The Giants, they played a very, 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 very bad game against the Dolphins. Dolphins, who are up and coming. This, once again, like the Bears, is going to affect your playoff chances. You were kind of in the conversation, but now, being, I believe, like 2.5 games behind, it's going to take a lot. Next, at 26, I have the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons put up an okay fight against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You didn't pull it together, but it's okay. You lost 30-17, 13 points. You're still in the playoff conversation, but you got to start piecing it together. I know being without Calvin Ridley is tough, but I mean, you got to do something. At least Russell Gage looks good, though. At 25, I have the Panthers, who are going to stay the same. The Falcons also stay the same. I don't know if I said that. Panthers. Hold on. Didn't you have a bye week? You did. Okay. I thought you did. I can't really say much since you had a bye week. But at 24, going up a spot, we have the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks, they came away with the 30-23 win over the San Francisco 49ers. Very good win, I must say. This does keep you in the playoff race, but once again, your path to it is pretty tough. So, yeah. At 23, going down 2 spots, I gotta scroll up a bit. I have the Broncos. The Broncos, you lost 22-9, I believe, against the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football. You guys had a chance to take home the division. Well, not really take home, but take the lead of the division. What happened? Yeah, I just don't see you becoming a playoff team. You're in the conversation now, but unless if you piece it together, yeah. At 22, I have the Browns staying the same. I believe the Browns were on a bye week, so I can't really say much about them. Then at 21, I have the Eagles. The Eagles, they went up 2 spots. You played a pretty solid game against the Jets. You allowed the Jets to stay in it for the first half, which is kind of questionable, but you know, you did good in that second half. You're right there in the playoff conversation. You're right there. It's just a matter of can you execute it. And number 20 going down 3 spots. I have the Vegas Raiders. I feel bad for dropping you down 3 spots, Raiders, but I do feel like teams did jump you this week. You lost 17-15 in a very, very close game against the Washington football team. You're 6-6. You're kind of doing what you are all season. You start out very hot. You were what? I want to say like 5-2 at one point, and then you just collapsed second half this season. It's a shame. At 19, going down 4 spots, I have the New Orleans Saints. I've been riding you guys the whole time, but it just goes to show that without Jameis Winston, like most teams, it's pretty hard to be successful without a quarterback. So, I don't know what your cap situation's looking like, but you better either sign Taysom, or not Taysom Hill, you've already done that. Sign Jameis Winston again, because I think he's on like a 1-year deal, or you better get a guy in the draft. At 18, going down 2 spots, I have the Minnesota Vikings. The fact that I'm dropping you down 2 spots, Vikings, is lucky for you guys. How in the world did you lose to the Detroit? I can't say winless anymore because you guys lost to them. How? Now you're in a situation where if you lose one more game and the Packers win one more game, you guys can't even win the division. Ay, 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 Vikings. At 17, going up 2 spots, I had the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins kind of struggled against the Giants. The score was 20-9, but it doesn't really matter. A win is a win. You guys are probably the least likely team to make the playoffs in the AFC. That is, well, in the playoff picture, really. I'm not counting like the Jaguars and the Jets and stuff, because they're not really going to make it, because they're right on the cusp of being eliminated. But you guys are sneakily catching up, you know? You've won 5 straight after starting out 1-7. You started out 1-0, lost 7 straight, won 5 straight. I think it's just a bit too late though. At 16, going up 4 spots, I have the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers, what a win against the Ravens. And if you don't know, I hate the absolute crap out of Mark Andrews. He is just that guy who's like, oh, I'm so good, I'll go for the one-handed catch. Well, it bits you in the booty. You could have probably gone for that two-handed catch there, and that probably would have been a 2-point conversion. That probably would have gave you guys the lead and the win. But you decided to do what you're so good at and go for those one-handed catches instead of the two-hander, which is so much easier, and you failed. It's what you get for being cocky, Mark Andrews. EA already boosted your dev up in Madden. They should already boost it right back down after that. At 15, going up 3 spots, I have the Washington football team. Washington came off of a very close but good win against the Raiders. Taylor Heineke, he's looking like he could be a starter in the NFL. Not a good one, but a starter. You know, you guys are starting to go. You're the 6th seed in the NFL. NFC playoffs currently, which means you're going to be in the playoffs if you win out. Now, it's easier said than done, but you've won 4 straight. That's something. Next at 14, going down a spot, I have the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers, yeah, you were leading like the whole time against the Seahawks, and you just couldn't hold on. Just couldn't. Which sucks. You're still the 7th seed in the playoffs, so that loss is going to hurt. It probably eliminates you from your division, winning it at least. But, no one really thought you were going to win a division last week anyway. So, yeah. You're fighting for a playoff spot right now, and no, the teams are starting to catch up. At number 13, going down a spot, I have the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals, you put up a very good fight against the Chargers, starting out down 24, then coming back to 24-22, and then you somehow lost it again 41-22 as the final. That's the thing with the Bengals. They play an amazing quarter or two every single game. Every single game. Usually. But the other 2 quarters, where is it? Yeah. The Bengals could be I'm not saying best team, definitely top 10 in my opinion, if you could just piece together 4 good quarters instead of just elite 2 quarters and bottom 5 2 quarters. At 12, the Chargers going up 2 spots. I feel like the Bengals are a better football team than you, even with that win over them. But, the way you played says it all. Burrow's costly, mistakes and Mixon's mistake put you guys in the perfect position to run away with that game in the very beginning, and then you let them come back, kind of lure them in. Hey, it's a game again. No, it's not. We're just gonna. I don't really like that. You guys gotta, once again, with the Bengals, you guys played 2 good quarters of football. Too bad. That game could have been a blowout if you would have just kept that momentum the whole time, and you didn't. Chargers, I love you, but you gotta piece it together, man. You're 7-5. I feel like you're at least top 5 in most inconsistent teams. You can piece together consistency, you could probably be the most dangerous team in the NFL. Next, I have the Bills at 11, staying the same. Buffalo. You're lucky I'm doing this to you. You lost to a team that threw the ball a total of 3 times. 3! 3. I don't know how many times I've ran. I think it was like 42 or something. That's just embarrassing, Buffalo. Practically, you knew it was a run every time. You still couldn't stop it. Your booty is not going into the top 10. Not this week. Probably not next week. Maybe the week after that. Depending on how you play these next 2 weeks. Piece it together. You were probably the most highly expectation team going into this year, and you're probably blowing it. That's all that needs to be said. Next, top 10 time, Colts, 7-6, 31-0 win against the Texans. You blew them out. You also eliminated them from the playoffs. That's a double win right there. You're going in your bye week next week, the last possible week for a bye week, I believe, which does suck, but yeah. I feel like you could be the greatest team. You just gotta make the playoffs. And with the Bengals and Bills losing, that makes it so close for you. You're telling all 3 of those teams in that wild card spot that you're coming. You're coming. Coming now. That sounds weird. At number 9, going up a spot. No, never mind. Going down a spot. I read it wrong. I have the Dallas Cowboys. You beat an injured-prone Saints on Thursday Night Football. Great job. That was back-to-back Thursday games for you. Kind of weird, NFL. I don't really like that. And yeah, unfortunately, I just feel like there are a bunch of teams ahead of you better than you. Exactly 8. But listen, you've probably got your division on lock. Assuming you beat Washington next week, if Washington wins, that division becomes a whole nother story. At number 8, going up 2 spots, Kansas City. Kansas City. They put up a pretty good fight against Denver, 22-9 win. Pretty solid. The problem is the Patriots, the Ravens, the Titans, they're all better than you in terms of in the playoffs. And I personally feel like you guys will probably be one and done in the playoffs. I don't know why, I just have a feeling you will be. Unless if you get that first round bye. Now, knowing you guys, you probably will. But there's 3 teams ahead of you have to go through. Next, also I believe you have played the Titans and Ravens and lost both those games. Which means if you guys end up with the same record, you know. I don't really know how the Patriots goes though, because I don't think you've played them yet. Or at all, if you will. At number 7, because you beat the Chiefs so early on, I have the Ravens. The Ravens, you lost to the Steelers. Big Ben's, on his deathbed in terms of NFL career. He's just like he's on life support, man. And it's getting grimmer and grimmer every time. And everyone just got so confident that he was going to make it after that game. Because you lost to him. You now make it a I guess technically 4-man race in the division. I personally don't see the Browns doing anything though. In that division, you now gave up the rights to your number 1 seed. It's just brutal. You gotta win these games. At number 6, I have the Rams going up a spot. Los Angeles, you beat the Jaguars 37-7. Good win, but you lost 3 straight, and then you came out and blew the crap out of the Jaguars. I don't like that. If it was any other team, probably, but well, if it had a 500 or better record, yes, I would like that. But it was the Jaguars, so I can't really be sold. Getting into our top 5, yay. Titans top 5. They're going up a spot. The Titans, I believe, had a bye week, but I did have the Ravens above them, and you saw what the Ravens did, so down you go. Or go up you go, I guess, Titans. Number 4, I'm just going to say it. Number 4, Patriots staying the same. Number 3, Buccaneers staying the same. Number 2, Packers staying the same. And number 1, Cardinals staying the same. Patriots, we'll talk about first. You played very good game against the Bills. You ran the ball 3 times, though, so... Or not ran, passed the ball 3 times. So if a team can stop your run game, you're going to have to rely on your pass game. And I don't know if that was just a smart game planning by Bill Belichick or if Mac Jones had an injury or something. Or if you just weren't confident in the pass game. But I doubt it's going to keep working. I think you're going to have to switch it up. But I do believe you are going into your bye week this week, so that should be good. Number 3, Buccaneers. You beat the Falcons pretty convincingly. The score was kind of close, but it's the Falcons. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, as I like to call them, because if you don't know, I hate the least favorite player of all time, Tom Brady. Listen, I don't hate him for like off the field. I'm sure he's probably a great guy, and I like him off the field. But you gotta realize, or people, you know how boring if you aren't a Buccaneers or Patriots or a Tom Brady fan to see Super Bowl after 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 Super Bowl. Like, it's fucking annoying. Why the heck is this man making the Super Bowl every god dang year, it feels like? He has more Super Bowl wins than any NFL team! That might change, though, because, I mean, the Patriots or Steelers could, win it this year. Alright. Screw you, Tom Brady. That's all I'm saying. I do feel like your team is probably going to be the best team in the postseason, but right now, you're going to have to deal with number 3. Number 2, Packers. You had a bye week. There's not much to say. Cardinals, number 1. Until you lose a game, I'm going to have you at number 1. But just know the Packers are right on that tail unless the Packers lose a game. Yeah, beat the Bears pretty convincingly, 33-22, even though they were starting Andy Dalton. As a person who lives in freaking Cincinnati his whole life, I think I know Andy Dalton pretty well. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. Kyler Murray looked very good on his return game. DeAndre Hopkins, I believe, had a 30-yard touchdown or something. That was great. And yeah, enjoy number 1. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I did. As a quick look at the remainder of the schedule for my the rest of the week. Today, Tuesday. Obviously, the power rankings are coming out. This video. Yesterday was Falcons franchise episode 16. Go watch that if you want. Tomorrow on Wednesday, there will be a prediction video. Who I think will win and lose every game, and I'll provide a reason. Thursday, there will guarantee be a video. There probably will be 2. There will either be a Pro Bowl or a tier list video, the tier list you're used to. The Pro Bowl, I'm basically going to say what players I think should make the Pro Bowl and why. So, expect one of those, if not both, because that's what I'm trying is to get both those videos on Thursday. On Friday, there should be the Falcons franchise episode 17, and then we go into the weekend. And I doubt there'd be a video on Saturday, and there's never a video on Sunday. But with everything out of the way, I hope you enjoyed. I did. Let me know what you would change, what teams you would raise, lower. And I'll see you guys next time.